Wildfires in the United States have been a persistent and devastating phenomenon, particularly in areas like California, Oregon, Washington, and other parts of the western United States. These fires, especially during the dry summer months, have caused significant environmental damage, displaced thousands of people, and posed major challenges to emergency response teams. The magnitude of the wildfire crisis. Wildfires in the USA have been growing in intensity and frequency in recent years. The summer of 2023 was particularly devastating, with over 50,000 wildfires burning across the country. While wildfires are a natural part of many ecosystems and can even be beneficial in some cases, the severity of these fires, especially when exacerbated by climate change, has made it harder to manage and control them. In the case of California, for example, the state has faced frequent and catastrophic fires in recent years. The Camp Fire in 2018, which destroyed the town of Paradise, killed 85 people and caused the largest loss of life from a single wildfire in California's history. Similarly, the Mendocino Complex Fire in 2018 became the largest wildfire complex in California's history at the time, burning over 459,000 acres. What makes these fires even more dangerous and destructive is the combination of several factors. These include rising temperatures, long dry spells, low humidity, and strong winds, which create perfect conditions for fires to spread rapidly. As global temperatures continue to rise due to climate change, these fires are expected to become even more frequent and intense in the coming years. How wildfires affect homes and communities. The consequences of wildfires are devastating for local communities. Thousands of homes and properties are destroyed in the path of the flames. In addition to the physical destruction, these fires cause immense financial hardship, leaving families homeless and without the resources to rebuild. For instance, the Thomas Fire in California in 2017 burned over 280,000 acres and destroyed more than 1,000 structures, including homes, businesses, and critical infrastructure. Wildfires like these not only cause immediate damage, but also leave lasting effects on communities for years to come. The loss of homes is not the only issue at hand. Wildfires disrupt daily life in numerous ways. Evacuations. Thousands of people are forced to evacuate their homes, sometimes with very little notice. Emergency shelters are set up, but these can become overcrowded, and the trauma of displacement takes a psychological toll on people, particularly those who have lost everything. Air quality. Wildfires also cause significant health risks due to the thick smoke and particulate matter they produce. Breathing in this smoke can cause respiratory problems, especially for vulnerable populations such as children, the elderly, and people with pre-existing health conditions like asthma. Loss of livelihood. Many people in areas affected by wildfires depend on agriculture, forestry, and tourism as their primary sources of income. When a wildfire destroys farmlands or forested areas, it can take years to recover economically. Infrastructure damage. Wildfires damage power lines, water systems, and roads, further complicating the recovery process. For example, many areas lose power for extended periods of time, while roads are blocked by fallen trees or debris, preventing emergency services from reaching affected areas. The role of firefighters and emergency services. Firefighting teams across the country work tirelessly to combat wildfires, but the scale of the problem can often overwhelm them. Thousands of firefighters are deployed to battle wildfires, and in some cases, additional resources are brought in, including military personnel and air support in the form of helicopters and planes equipped to drop water or fire retardants. Firefighting during a wildfire is an extremely dangerous job. The unpredictability of the fire's behavior, the terrain, and the weather conditions can all pose significant risks. Wildfires are also difficult to contain because of their speed and the complexity of their spread. Firefighters have to contend with not just the fire itself, but also the dense smoke, intense heat, and the possibility of flare-ups or the fire jumping over fire lines. In addition to the bravery of individual firefighters, modern technology has played a significant role in helping to manage and predict wildfires. For example, satellite technology and drones are used to monitor the movement of fires in real time, while fire behavior models help predict how a fire will spread based on weather and environmental factors. Despite these efforts, controlling wildfires is often a long and challenging process. Wildfires can burn for weeks or even months, depending on the conditions. The Caldor fire in 2021, for instance, burned for over a month, covering nearly 220,000 acres of land. The environmental impact of wildfires. Wildfires have a significant environmental impact. The destruction of forests, habitats, and ecosystems can take decades to recover. Many animals lose their homes, and some species, particularly those with limited ranges, may even face extinction. For example, the California condor, which is an endangered species, is particularly vulnerable to wildfires as their habitat is often located in fire-prone areas. Moreover, the soil quality in burned areas is significantly compromised. When wildfires burn through forested land, the soil loses its structure and nutrients, making it harder for plants to regrow. This results in increased erosion, which can further damage the landscape and water quality in nearby rivers and streams. Additionally, wildfires contribute to air pollution and climate change. The smoke and carbon dioxide emitted by wildfires add to the overall greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, exacerbating the very issue that is helping to fuel more frequent and intense fires. How long will the fires last? The duration of a wildfire largely depends on the environmental conditions and the availability of firefighting resources. In some cases, fires can burn for weeks or even months before they are fully contained. The Camp Fire, for example, burned for nearly 3 weeks before it was fully contained. The end of a wildfire does not necessarily mean that recovery is imminent. The restoration of affected areas can take years, especially in terms of rebuilding homes, restoring ecosystems, and providing psychological support to affected residents. The rebuilding process also depends on the availability of resources, as large-scale natural disasters can stretch both financial and human resources. The future of wildfires. As climate change continues to increase the frequency and intensity of wildfires, it's clear that current strategies may need to evolve. There is an increasing push to implement better wildfire prevention measures, such as controlled burns to reduce fuel in forests, improve fire breaks, and better forest management practices. Additionally, building fire-resistant homes and using better materials can help reduce the destruction caused by fires. Moreover, communities need to adapt to the new reality of more frequent wildfires. This includes creating better evacuation plans, improving communication between local governments and residents,